Even now, I still struggle with the wanting something sweet every now and then, or just a real Dr. Pepper. And then, please don't spam. That's your final and only warning. And then, uh, I did a one plate meal. So if I could fit it on a plate, one plate, it was a big red plate. Actually, it was a red and black plate. Um, I put everything on there. Now, no one taught me to do this. I needed to change. I needed to do something. I lost 120 pounds, almost 120 pounds, like the first 30 something days, gone. It was gone from just stopping the soda and stopping all sugar, even natural sugar. I refused to do natural sugar, added sugar, artificial, anything that had sugar. It was not going to happen. And I held true to that for a very long time before I slipped up. You will make mistakes, but don't plan for your mistakes. That's a horrible thing to do. When they happen, you just face them front on and say, I fucked up and move on. Don't finish it. Throw the shit away, throw it outside, dump it in the drain, do whatever you got to do. But then I went to the one plate, so morning, noon, and night, and I stopped eating after 7 o'clock or 6 p.m. I can't remember. I can't remember exactly what time, 6 or 7 p.m. And I would not have snacks if I only the plates, only the plate. One in the morning, one at noon, and one at night. And even I was a bitch. I was crumpy. I was grank. I was so mad. I was irritated all the time. By the way, I had the worst headache coming off of sugar. The worst headache. It lasted forever, but it was the most beautiful thing I've ever done because you don't need all that sugar. And then I went to a smaller plate eventually, plate size down from the other plate, and I did the same thing. And then I started drinking and eating like an idiot again. I lost my step grandfather, and that really set me back. I was taking care of him on hospice. And then I got back control again. I got control again, but it didn't take me years. It only took me months to realize I was slipping back down that horrible sugar overeating thing. And then I started about 3 years ago to try to get gastric sleeve. I was about 700 pounds, 712. I got pictures and everything. 712 on a scale. I think like 712 and 712 pounds. And that's when I started. And I got down to 581 pounds before my surgery. So I started at 712 and I ended at 581 before surgery. And my last weigh in, I was 503 pounds. So that's 383 pounds that I've lost on my own. And now I'm ready, and excited to see what I weigh. That's how it happened. And that's how I did it. I moved and grew, by the way. The exercise part, even when I was laying in a nursing home, I see you. I said hi, hi. When I was laying there, I would move and groove. And I would try to work my arms, and I would try to pick my legs up and wiggle my toes to whatever I could do. I'd rock myself out of bed to try to, force them to help me get up so I could use my legs and use my other parts of my body that I needed so very bad. Did it take me a while? Yeah, because I had no one. Everybody that knows my testimony knows that I basically grew up an abused, neglected, unwanted child, and that was beaten, sexually beaten, tortured, manipulated, humiliated, imprisoned, and I mean, you name it, it happened. Warning, warning that some of the stuff is um, maybe graphic to some viewers, but I overcame, and I still have to overcome. So that's basically in a very short, uh, you know, synopsis, if you will. That's basically, you have to overcome. You just have to, even though you don't know how, and you're not equipped with overcoming. You just have to kind of learn, and sometimes it takes people. People just can't do it, and they end it. They forget about it. They say, forget about it. Let's get a double tap. Double tap. Let's like this video. And then some people eat and find other addictions and other problems. Some become, mentally disturbed from their childhood. They become homeless and disassociated with everything. Well, thank you. Thank you. I really appreciate that. But that's how Teddy did it. And I know that I'm working on more of a detailed thing for you guys to be